Bottom line, men, listen to the wisdom of women. It'll save your kingdom. A sudden attack by Wolf, a clever and ruthless lord seeking vengeance for the death of his father, forces Helm Hammerhand, the king of Rohan, and his people to make a daring last stand in the ancient stronghold of the Hornburg. I am a huge fan when it comes to The Lord of the Rings. I even like some of the Hobbit films. Not all, some. And yes, I enjoy The Rings of Power. Even season 1. Ooh, that's gonna piss off some people. But as far as the lore goes, that's about the extent of my knowledge within this universe. So speaking from that perspective, as a fan, I'd say I enjoyed this film. I even kind of liked it. I didn't love it, and I don't think it's a massive disappointment. It's just right around that range of it could have been so much more. Sola Entertainment provided the 2D animation style, which is quite impressive. They've worked on projects like Rick and Morty, Ultraman, and many more. The animation is pretty solid all the way around, with some few exceptions where it felt like they needed to render out some scenes still, but as far as the battle sequences go, that is the highlight for the animation. One scene in particular that stuck out to me is with the character, the King of Helm Hammerhand, voiced by Brian Cox, and he's somebody you do not want to get in the way of. That scene just left me in awe, on a visual sense, but also in a storytelling sense. Speaking of characters, that is what can make or break a film. For the most part, the necessary ones work just fine. The standout here is Hera, voiced by Gaia Wise. She's courageous, wise, and compassionate without feeling like a know-it-all, a true leader. On the other side, we have Wolf, voiced by Luca. He's driven by revenge after losing his father to a single punch to the face. I mean, come on. That is tragic. Do not get me wrong, but it's kind of funny. That loss stokes his blind rage and sets the entire plot in motion. He's menacing and believable in his anger, even if his reckless battle tactics make him a frustrating character. So what didn't work with the characters, Joseph? I will tell you this: the emotional depth between Wolf and Hera. There were some moments that genuinely brought me to a place of, oh my gosh, maybe I'm going to actually tear up. But nothing here hooked me to the point of tears. And I believe that's due to not enough time spent on what made their relationship, their friendship so believable when they were children. We only get one flashback sequence, and it's actually quite good. It's a really strong moment that only lasts for about a minute or two. And the rest of the film we get is present day of where they're currently at in their feelings. Hera clearly still does love him in the sense of caring for a person that was there for her in her past and doesn't want to see them go down a bad path, whereas Wolf is just a massive jerk, and you really don't care about him. You kind of just want him to die already immediately within the first 30 minutes of the film. And you believe his vengeance, his quest for vengeance. I'm not questioning that. But their relationship is supposed to be the core of the film. And if I'm not buying into their friendship, then for majority of the plot, I'm not going to really connect on that emotionally complex level. Pretty much this whole movie is a siege plot from one location to the next. And when you get to the last hour, we are spending a lot of time at a very well-known popular location in the Middle-earth lore. And one thing that kept on coming to my mind was the two towers. Clearly, the director behind this actually does have a lot of respect and care for The Lord of the Rings. There's no question about that. However, what I wanted was an experience that made me feel like I was in Middle-earth, but made me stay focused on the journey and the story. And for the most part, I kept on thinking about the other films, and that is kind of a detriment to this whole project. The pacing is also another issue that I have with this film. It can drag at times, primarily in the first act and right after the major battle sequence that transpires near the end of the first bleeding into the second act, where you're spending a lot of time with these characters, but it doesn't really do anything that kind of pulls you into the journey. Overall, I did enjoy the War of the Rohirrim. It has epic moments and beautiful animation, but it doesn't quite reach the heights it could have been. 6.5 out of 10. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this review. It really means a lot. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, but most importantly, do not forget to be blessed.